We haven't been to Fraser in a hot minute. Now listen, we're going next week. We haven't been in 2 or 3 years, cannot wait. We've got a few things we want to get done before we go. Comfort, some protection, just to make living on the island a little bit easier. Can't wait to go. Let's get stuck into these. Right, so to get ready for the Fraser trip, we're going to do a few but really important little mods that are going to help everything out. In no particular order, new Dometic fridge, the old one, the thermostat went, get a new one in. We've got a retractable air hose reel we want to put in, make airing up a little bit easier. Side steps, scrubbies, paint them, put them on. Always love more protection is better. Second solar panel because more solar is always better. And I want to make the hot water service, I want to plumb it into the tank and hopefully it'll give us a little bit more power too. Well, fingers crossed. If I don't get to that, I don't get to it, but everything else we want to do. It's just going to make the truck a bit tougher. It's going to make our camping experience a bit easier. All right. We're going to take this first one off. Let's get the fridge in. So the thermostat went on our old upright fridge. So we've got this 80 litre one from Dometic, about exactly the same size, I think. So it's going to fit in exactly where the old one was, which is perfect. So let me explain what's happened. I went to fit this. Now, I looked at the instruction manuals and Dometic reckon you can get a frame that goes around it, but that's if you're going to recess it into like a caravan cabinet or something. We're clearly not doing that here. And the only other way to do it was on the inside. There was 4 holes that you've got to actually punch through the frame. It does come with a plug that you can seal it up, so I've no doubt it'll work, but I kind of don't want to do that. So I did some research last night, and MW and Dun & Watson both sell a fridge surround. I called MW this morning. They had one in stock, so I've ducked out and got it. It's sitting on the back there, so we're going to take that out and build the frame. Okay, with that done, it's time to get the fridge in, Jeddo.
I'll try not to drop it. Can't promise. Yep.
If I take that, we put that in behind there.
All right. Well, you got that side?
Yeah.
Right, let's just lift it a bit because that's it. Sounds good. Right.
See, that's going to have to go there, so that'll work, I think. Right, screws in time.
Tight that is. Very. There's a scratch in the side of that.
You've scratched it all, Joe.
But it's that tight.
So the last piece of the puzzle, putting the pantry back in.
All right, lift it up.
Yeah. Why is it jamming?
Go on. I think.
I see what's happened.
What's happened?
It's hitting this. We're going to turn the camera off and we're going to slide this down a little bit. Beautiful.
We're going to slide what down?
What we've just been through off camera, you wouldn't believe. So you saw us trying to take the pantry and put it back in. Turns out somehow, I don't know if it was me, I don't know how it always was, but this pantry slide didn't fit the slide. They wouldn't line up. So we've ended up with having to take the slides off and pack the back of them in between here with washers to bring it in a bit because it was too wide. Which also meant that we had to move this down. Now this one here doesn't come out easily because it must be a safety feature, so we had to unbolt the runners from the drawers. To put that fridge cage on actually took us 3 hours. Ha! That was the easy bit. Anyway, what's cool about this Dometic, it's 80 litre, but it's got a full width freezer at the top, which you can just pull out. And then it makes it all fridge, or there's a setting in there which is a snowflake setting which you press. It makes it all a freezer. It goes to -6, the whole thing. And the Voyager is just loving running them. That is it. Next thing on the list today, air compressor time. Next thing we're going to fit today, Tuff terrain retractable air hose reel kit. Now, this is a 7 meter long braided hose. What's good about this one before the last one is this does retract itself, whereas a few before that, I think you had to wind back in again. So this one is definitely the newest model. Outback Equipment have sent this out to us, so let's open it up and see what we've got inside. So in the box, all the fittings you're going to need are right there. All sorts of brackets and connectors to make sure it'll fit in your car perfectly. And of course, you get the retractable air hose reel. That's very nice. All right, what we're going to do, it's not that big, hand for reference. We're going to go and see if this will fit in the under tray toolbox. So we've decided, we've had a bit of a play. It's going to fit in there beautifully and we can still access the hose perfectly. So I'm just going to undo these 3 bolts, mark it up, and then we'll screw it in. Everything's nice and stainless steel, everything's quality. It does feel a very, very nice product, this one. So that's going to sit right in there. All right, I'm going to mark that up and drill it. So with the kit obviously comes the hose to connect it all up with, but also some plumber's tape. So we'll put plumber's tape, we'll connect this end up first. I've gone ahead and I've put in my inflator on the end of it. It's all there together. All I have to do now is open the door, punch the air compressor on, and I am good to go. And when I'm finished, I just give it a tug and it all goes back in again. It's literally as easy as that. And we're done. How easy is that to air up? Now, we do have a discount code for Outback equipment. Link is below. Get into it because this thing is awesome. All right, the next item on the list that we're going to tick off. You remember us fitting the ARB bull bar. It was the big tube bar. Now, click up here if you want to see that episode. We got it off Marketplace at a really good deal. It was brand new. And I've gone out and got the matching side steps and scrub bars and all that. Because after Lithgow, when we nearly scratched all the panels on the Cruiser with the old scrub bars, I'm definitely never not having scrub bars again. But we've been sent up, Cobra have sent us up this truck bed lining, and it's direct to metal, so I don't think this needs any primer. The Cruiser is black and white, Stormtrooper look. So I'm gonna try and paint because the side steps in these just come alloy, they don't come painted, so I'm gonna paint them black. It'll match the car a lot better, so I'm keen to see how this Cobra stuff goes. Anyway, let's get these boxes open and have a go. All right, so in here are two side steps. So we're gonna get cracking with these first. We'll hit these with the Cobra coating and let them dry before we attack putting this all on the car. So let's get these unwrapped. Take a good look because they won't look like this for long. First thing we want to do is sand it just to give it a bit of a key so all the paint sticks to it properly, and then we're going to degrease it as it says on the tin, and we'll let that dry before we start painting. All right, so what we have to do with this to make it work, we've got to shake the can for 2 minutes. I feel like I'm shaking cocktails. Cocktails and dreams. Woo! We could be better doing this on the beach at Morton, shaking a margarita, or what do they call them? A martini. Shaken, not stirred, Miss Moneypenny. That would be fantastic. Yes, that's excellent. Sean Connery for anybody who's watching. That little bit in there goes inside that, and we give that a good bang down. Then we go for another 2 minutes. All right, that's it done. It's said to stand between 50 and 100 centimeters back, so I'm going to stand a fair bit back and just try it. All right, here we go. All right, that's the first coat done. Let it dry, turn it over, do the underneath. We've got 2 hours to use this, that'll be heaps. And then we'll let that dry and we'll whack the second coat on. How good do these look? It's not too chunky, it's not too smooth. For a side step, it's what I want because it's going to be grippy. It looks tough. And when we get the side steps onto the scrubbies and the bull bar, oh, cannot wait. Anyway, I'm actually a big fan of this Cobra coatings. Looks good. All right, that's enough chatting. Let's get these on the car. With these all painted, dried, ready to go, the first thing we need to do, get rid of the old ones that have seen a bit of action, and then we get to put all the new stuff on. Right, so that's the old side steps off. Got all the instructions out for a change. We are reading them. Got a whole bunch of hardware here, and we got the side steps out. So what the procedure is, we fit the side steps first, and then we fit the scrub bars up to the bull bar. Going by the instructions, we gotta fit the back bracket first. This one's gonna be painful because it's in behind the toolbox. Then we just screw it up to the cross member underneath. So that bit's fine, but this first bit's gonna be a bit painful. So I'm gonna put you on a time lapse, and we're gonna do this. Everything just is hard sometimes, isn't it? So this toolbox is right in the way of the bolts that we want to get into, fasten these up. So that was an absolute mission. It was like trying to plumb a house through the letterbox. The front ones went on not too bad. It said to put it in from the front, but there's the housing for the radius arms just gets in the way. I can't get the bolted from the front, so they're going in from the back. So that's that done. Time to look now at putting the scrub rails on up to the bull bar. Now, the one thing that I have noticed that I'm not happy about, but I don't think I can change it, is my bull bar's gloss, and these are matte. I'll get used to it. All right, let's get them on. These templates that we put on are super precise, so you've got to line them up, you've got to measure it, you've got to make sure everything's exactly as is, hole punch, measure twice, give it a cut, and then you're ready to put the bolt in. Easy job never turns into be an easy job. Instructions were okay, a little bit blurry, a little bit ambiguous here and there. We did have to go to Bunnings, so no change there, but we do have a fully installed side step. All's left to do now is put our new freshly Cobra coated tread plate on, and this side's done. Now I just have to go over to the other side. Side one's done. Loving the look of it. Now all we have to do is do it all over again on this side. Let's get stuck into it. And that is both sides done. This side was a mission. The other side, as you saw, it wasn't that hard at all. Once you know what you're doing, the toolbox stuffed us on this side. How good does this Cobra coating look? I just absolutely love. It's got like a low sheen on it. It's not glossy. Big shout out to Cobra. Thank you for sending that up. This stuff looks good. I will report back in a few months as to how well it's gone. But in the meantime, scrub bars, side steps, done. On to the next thing. So the next thing on the list is I'm going to put a second 190 watt Enerdrive panel on the roof of the Cruiser. Now, I've already got one up there, and it's 11:30 in the morning, and I've just checked on the Voyager, and it's producing 8.5 amps, the one on the roof already. So my thoughts are, second one should produce at the minute about 16 or 17 amps. So I've already got angle on the roof. What I'm going to do is just screw out the existing panel, move it across, re-drill and pop rivet the two right beside each other. They do come with proper solar connectors, and just bolt it back into, or connect it back into the existing solar cable. So not a huge job, but will double my solar capacity and save me hopefully putting out a solar blanket as much. I put the second panel up yesterday, and these are just way too weak. They were bending, and also this one's been touched up by something somewhere, so it's not exactly that straight. So quick trip to Bunnings, wouldn't be a weekend without a trip to Bunnings, and I got this. This is a slotted steel angle. So I will get busy cutting these to length. I'm going to install them on the roof first because I won't be able to get to the bolts afterwards. Then I'll pop rivet the panels into it. Right. We've got our cables coming out. Now these are the solar connectors. So I've went to Springers and got these. They're called MC, well, these are all called MC4 connectors. But what I've got two going into one, so I can connect both positives into the positive, both negatives into the negative, save soldering, cutting, all that hoo-ha. And these will then be in parallel, so that'll give me what I want to give me as far as, it'll be more amps potentially. So yesterday, obviously it's a new day, yesterday at 11 o'clock we had 8.5 amps, 9:30, so an hour and a half earlier, but very similar conditions. So we'll connect both of these up and see what we get. So with that plugged in, let's have a look and see what it's going to bring us. All right, so 14.1 amps. It's 9:45, so I'd say at 11 o'clock that will be double what we had yesterday, 15 or 16 amps. So I am super happy with that, and it's permanently on the roof, permanently connected. I'm at 86%. That'll be charged by this afternoon if I didn't touch it. All the fridges are running. Happy days. Last hack of the day before we go on to Fraser is we use the companion Aquaheat system now. Good hot water service. Normally fill the bucket up. That's about 10 litres. We whack that in, put the pump in, and off we go. And look, there's nothing wrong with that at all. However, first world problems. I thought if I could steal this little connection off this, I've been to RTM, I've bought about 4 meters worth of hose and just a garden hose clamp. Now that should go onto my tap on my water tank, which is pressurized because there's a pump on it. So I won't need the pump in the bucket. I'm gonna take this connection off, put it on the end, plug it in. Now, before you set, I know what you're gonna say, but you can limit your water use with the bucket, and you're right. But if it's just me, or just me and Andy, this will work real well. Okay, so the water's on. I've plugged this in to charge it because the battery was a bit low. So this is coming straight from the tank, the water pump tank in the car. That's so good. How good is that? That's that's house material shower. Like, that's what you get at home. It literally will be a 1-minute charge. We're gonna use far too much water, but that is sensational. Love it. I'm just gonna use more gas too because I'm on full bore now. Doesn't matter. Happy days. All right, that's my last hack. And with that, that's those 5 mods all done. And I'm actually really happy with all of them. My favorite's the shower. I can't wait to try it out in Fraser. Going to be there in 5 days. Now we're doing a little bit of a different trip up there. So please make sure to subscribe and check that little bell and you'll see what we do up there. It won't be out for a few weeks. If you want to keep more up to date with us, jump onto Instagram because we're probably a little bit more active there as far as where we are at the minute. Love to see you over there following us. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching and we'll see you on Fraser.